Hello, everyone. This is my reaction to the Dancealorus performances that we all saw last week. So, there were a lot of different topics that were going on related to social justice within these performances, but the ones that I feel were all been pretty on point with were gun violence, mental health, sexual assault, suicide, and then I kind of want to go into a little more detail on the dances of Lucid and It's All About Me. I think those were very, how do I explain it? They weren't very like detailed. They didn't really explain what they were about. But I kind of like as I was watching them, I felt like, Lucid definitely went towards like dreaming. And when I think of dreaming, I'm trying to connect it with the social justice stuff. I was thinking like maybe this like mental health, coping mechanisms, like, trying not to be like in the real world because the real world is not always that great. There's a lot going on. And I felt that's what that leaned towards. And It's All About Me was certainly about the modern generation, narcissism, perfectionism, trying to be better than everyone else, trying to prove that you're better through social media, through whatever you eat, how many squats you do, whatever you wear, how you talk, like just certain aspects of who we become and how can we emphasize and all of that. I thought this was quite a bit of information all in one dance performances, all of that. I think more or less there were performances that were more effective than others. I thought the most effective one by far was the gun violence performance. It was the easiest to understand. It was the most apparent. I think everyone can either relate to it, either by experiencing it, hearing about it, knowing someone that has heard about it. I know just last Friday there was a shooting at Topsail High School 20 minutes up the road, and it's just really real to people in the moment. While I was not a fan of the level of detail and kind of how real it felt. I was not fully prepared for that, and I kind of wish I knew that was coming. It was very triggering, but it did evoke a lot of emotion, which is necessary for some people to really understand, to really realize something, to really get that this is real and this is happening, even if we only see it on TV, like if it's not happening to us. I kind of wish, I don't know, it brought a lot of negative feelings, like a lot of bad feelings, but I think that was kind of like the point of it. It was just so real and real moving. And even though that's uncomfortable, I think it's necessary at points. Um, Also, most effective were every 98 seconds in memory of suicide and sexual assault. All of that is very real, and I felt within memory of them, including the story of the Golden Gate Bridge and all that background discussion. I've actually heard about that before. I've read about it. I've heard about it like in psychology classes, and I think that was really cool of them to include that. And with every 98 seconds, they were providing like the statistics. And at the end, when everyone like holds up the posters, I thought that made it very great. I thought that added extra depth to the performances. And I kind of like spoke of this in the last slide. I think the reason Lucid and It's All About Me were the least effective were because people probably didn't understand or know background information on that. So lucid, I feel like people probably don't know what lucid dreaming means. They don't know that it means to like be able to control your own dream, be able to control your own like what like you want whatever happens to happen. And I think that leads to symbolism. Like I understand what it means of lucid dreaming. So I think what it meant, like we can't control what's happening in the world. We can't control what's happening in our schools, what's happening in at work. Like when things are getting stressful and people are dying or people, it's just a lot going on. But we can control what's in our dreams. We can control what we're doing. And I think that was like the underlying tone of it. It's a coping mechanism. And then It's All About Me. I don't know if this was intentional. I felt like it probably was. That It's All About Me was very lighthearted, really cute, really funny. And they placed it right after the gun violence performance. So I wonder if that was intentional and to kind of like, get people back into a better mood after that really moving piece. So I think it was great. It was cool but I don't think that it really probably didn't move anyone. I thought it would have been a great opportunity to introduce disordered eating or eating disorders or body image issues. But I think it was more so leaned too much towards comedic relief. And then with the understanding dancing, I mean, I don't know a lot about how dance pieces are made. I can't imagine the first steps of like creating like a performance of that sort. But I find it intriguing how people are able to take political propaganda and all that work and make it into artistic representation. I think that by adding the different use of the background dialogue, the videos that were in Blueprint, the dialogue in a memory of, and like there's just that certain aesthetic that when you add all those different layers rather than just it being people that are dancing, it puts all the picture together. I was really super analyzing every single performance and I recognize I did the exact same thing when I saw Black Swan. Like, and every time I see that movie, I still think super deeply about like what did it mean, what happened, and I think that's what people have trouble with. Maybe with the least effective pieces, is they were super analyzing it, but if they don't have the knowledge or the access to those subject materials, they might just see it like, wow, like that made no sense. What was that about? And it keeps them questioning. But I think that's good that it keeps them questioning because hopefully one day they'll be able to understand and get more information. And those were my reactions. Sorry this was late. Thank you. Bye bye.